up, you freak bitches? As always, Big Latin. Coming back at you.
What's happening, partner?
Shit, another day.
Fuck yeah.
It is what November 4. Rut is full swing.
Full swing. I'm fully erect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Had some great hunts this past week.
Yeah.
Drew some blood.
You did.
Did some cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Now is like when the rut is. This is like my favorite time. Like November, like 4th to like the 10th.
Yeah.
That's like prime time.
Yeah. After that, I feel like they get in that what they call lockdown phase, and they don't come out of that until like Thanksgiving-ish.
Yeah. Yep. It slows down a little bit, but right now it's awesome. And it's sporadic. You're going to be one place and not see anything and like, man, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And then you might go somewhere else and see fucking action. So just remember, the rut can be localized sometimes, and it's not always like just this fire fest, you know what I mean? It is, but there's also times where it's fucking dead, you know? So just sometimes I get my hopes up, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be fucking electric. And then like November 1st, I was expecting just this rut fest because we went to this property that just opened. It was public, and it was a cold front came in. It was like 30-something degrees. Seen one deer that morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's just, you know, you can't predict these things. Just be there. Just be out there, you know?
Yeah, this time of the year it sucks because you really got to be the trail camera because bucks do some wild things.
Yeah, Jeff Sturgis, I was listening to a video he made. I like his channel. What is it called? Whitetail Property Solutions.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a cool YouTube channel. He was saying, and I like this tactic, he was saying rather than take like a whole week off and get 9 days straight, he's saying take like a couple long weekends, like every weekend in November. Because then you're going to get pieces of the rut. You're going to catch more like weather fronts and stuff, rather than putting like all your eggs in one basket and banking on the second week of November being fire, and then bam, it shows up and it's fucking hot. You know, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was going through. You ever just go through your old pictures on your phone? I went through and I seen a screenshot of a trail cam picture from tomorrow last year, November 5th, 2022.
78 degrees.
95.
It was?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't remember being that hot. Holy fuck.
I didn't either. But it said 95 on my Moultrie cell cam.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was last year's rut sucked.
Miserable.
Yeah. The third week of November wasn't bad.
Yeah, around Thanksgiving.
But yeah, we took all our vacation that second week and it was hot as the balls.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I wish I would have took this week off.
Me too.
Yeah. But
do you have vacation?
Yeah, I got a week and a half still. I know.
Why don't you take off?
I'm trying to save it for this new puppy.
Oh, you think you're going to need some time?
Well, I probably won't need it, but I'd like to take it. Just to get her settled in, you know.
We got some more legs for you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to... Yeah, we'll grab those afterwards. So we got 14 legs to get this pup trained up.
How many deer have I killed this year? Let's see, 7? So, wow, that'll be 28 legs if I saved all of them.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's fine. We'll have plenty more. I really want to get hooves from a deer that's like lung shot and has to run a ways. You know what I mean? So they get that adrenaline through that interdigital gland, which I'm sure shows up if a deer's shot, no matter what. But
yeah,
I really want that fucking scent.
Now, what all? How do you train them for like tracking?
Well, everything I've seen, it's pretty much just second nature to them. I mean, it's a goddamn dog. That's what they do. They sniff things. So the main thing is getting that base, like sit, stay, leave it, all that shit. And then you just kind of, you go out to a place with no scent, and you just make a trail with these hooves, like a nice straight line, and then you just keep with that straight line, and then you make a turn here and there, and then you just work your way up to in the woods with those hooves.
I read this article about it, and what this guy does is he starts in the house, and he'll like do the hoof trail thing, like in a room, and hide it, and then do it. And then as he gets that, he'll like do it through the whole house, and then he'll take it outside, and like he'll slowly expand the area.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
it's pretty much what I was gonna do, but I didn't even think about doing the house, like where they're nice and comfortable. Introducing a
foreign scent.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think that you should try that.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely try that.
Because God knows there's times we need them.
Yeah.
I mean, not many.
Not very many. I mean, but these fucking rednecks around Cecil County, they're going to need her.
You get some phone calls, I'm sure.
It's probably going to come to a point, if I get her nice and good, it's probably going to come to a point where I'm tracking more than I'm hunting.
You think so?
Probably.
Nah.
You don't think?
You don't want that.
No, I don't want that. I'm just going to have to turn down a lot.
But yeah, sorry, can't.
Yeah.
Hunting.
But I'd like to keep her sharp.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Oh, yeah. At first, I think you got to do as much as you can. Yeah.
She'll be ready. Hopefully, she'll be ready this time next year.
That'd be dope.
I don't see why not. She'll be a year this time next year. Train all summer and spring. So.
Yeah, the last time I would have needed a tracking dog would have been like 2017, 2018.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
The last one I would have needed one was that buck I got shot with that rifle in January. Remember that one? We had to come back the next morning.
Where was that? Oh, yeah, over at Port.
Yeah.
Yep. That would have been nice, but we found it.
Yeah, it was bud the whole way.
Yep. And honestly, like your buck last year, you got a tracking dog, but you didn't need it.
Definitely didn't need it. Wish I didn't get it, but,
How far was it from where you thought it was?
I think as the crow flies, it was 100 yards.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we'd have found him.
Oh, yeah.
Because we'd all went,
If I could have... And it went down a trail that you would have thought it would have went down. And
yeah.
It went over a creek and up an embankment and died right there. But,
When will you get that buck back?
Any day now.
Should call him.
I'm thinking about calling them. They said 14 months last September. It's 14 months, right?
Yeah.
Coming up on 15. So.
Yeah. I want to see him.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to drop the cheddar.
No.
But I want to see him.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had this sweet-ass hunt November 1st. Well, it wasn't that sweet, actually. It was pretty slow in the morning.
Weather-wise, it was sweet.
Oh, man. It was frosty.
Mm-hmm.
The grass was crunching with the sound of ice breaking on its petals, or what do you call it? Blades, yeah. As we walked in, it was crisp. But, yeah, we went. Ryan came up. We took our bicycles. Mm-hmm. Which, dude, honestly, it's a flex,
Yeah.
Like, the bicycles are a very viable option. Like, if you're trying to get far into public, and honestly, like, these people on the e-bikes kind of made me like, well, I'll just do it with my fucking mountain bike, I wish I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Just buy a $20 thing of bow holders for handlebars off of Amazon, slap them on the old Huffy, and take that bitch down a trail.
Yeah.
Like, it saves you a hell of a lot of walking.
It's doable even with a climber.
Yeah, even with a climber.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but
yeah, and then dragging, like, honestly, you can rig it up to where you put the deer on the bike and like push the bike out.
Yeah.
Or you can do what I did in Sickaville and literally gut the deer, put its like chest cavity on the bike seat, tie its front legs to the handlebars, and ride the deer out.
That's a family tradition.
Yeah. Yeah, my shout out, my dad's best friend, my Uncle Barry. He did that years ago, and he's the one who gave me the idea. So it worked great.
Yeah, it was Wednesday morning. I was like, man, if I stroke one way back here, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Fucking put that thing right on the bike.
Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah, that morning, did you see anything that morning?
I didn't see fuck all except for flashlights.
Yeah, I seen a doe running out into the field that I think was running from Ryan's scent.
Dude, Ryan gets on deer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it.
He where he went, he seen like 5-6 does, but he said when he got in there that the wind was just shit. And I think it shifted like in the morning, maybe with the thermals rising. And it was just blowing the deer out of there. And he said he'd have does come in, they'd catch wind of them, and they'd run out. So It is what it is. It sucks, but at least he was seeing them.
Yeah.
But that was it in the morning. And then in the evening, you were like, yeah, fuck this. I'm going to hunt port.
Dude, I don't know what it is. It's probably my 20 years prior exclusively hunting public. It makes me fucking sick seeing another flashlight.
Yeah.
It makes my skin crawl. I just can't do it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love hunting public, but I hate, like, dude. All right. So for our evening sit, all right, me and Ryan are like, you know what? we gotta think outside the box. Let's take the bikes and let's go all the way to the other end of this motherfucking property. Which, as the crow flies, was a little over 3/4 of a mile. So for a bike ride, it was a solid mile. And we biked as far as we could, set up on the inside corners of a field edge that was with the wind at our favor. Perfect. And I'm sitting in there, and when I went in, I seen some rubs and a scrape. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is it. I'm going to set up right here. It's a good spot. I'm like, first of all, this property just opened. Second of all, nobody else is coming all the fuck back here, dude. Yeah. It's just not happening. I'm sitting in that tree stand for about an hour and a half, and I'm looking out in the field, and here comes a guy on an e-bike.
Yes.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. And I'm like, they need to outlaw these things.
Dude, that's my next purchase, a fucking e-bike, bro.
Oh, my God. You and me both. I want one. I want one. And I was like, I texted Ryan. I was like, these fucking e-bikes, man. He was like, they level the playing field.
Yep.
And you can't hate on it. It's fucking awesome. But I'm like, God damn it. You know, just when you think like, all right, I'm going the extra mile. Nope. Somebody else will do it.
Oh, yes.
And he was coming like right for me. And he seen me up in my tree. He waved and he just zipped on by.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so good on him. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. And I was like, well, I wonder if he scouted here, and it's a good spot because it looks good to me. Because I just like topo. I looked at it from topo and was like, this is probably good. Walked in, found some scrapes, rubs, good to go.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the time's going by. We got in there early. It was like 1, 2, 3, no deer.
We're texting back and forth
Texting
on
back and
Snapchat
forth.
about killing a squirrel.
Yeah, the squirrel's just pissing me off. I wanted to let the air out of this fucking squirrel so bad. I was going to make fucking squirrel undies out of that thing. But I didn't have any, like, small game heads, which I think you're not actually allowed to have in your quiver.
Really?
Yeah. The theory is you could accidentally shoot a deer with one.
I would never.
No, you'd have to be a moron, but... Yeah, you're not supposed to have field points or like other game heads in your quiver.
Well, thank God you said something, because I was going to order a dozen of them.
Well, private land, who cares?
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, I get it, but yeah, dude, I'm not gonna fucking accidentally knock a field point or a small game head. I'm just not.
I'm sure you're like I am. You have your arrows lined up in your quiver, like first to last.
Yeah, like, okay, this one is fresh. This one has replaced blades on it. Like, I order them in the order which I want to use them.
Yes.
And I have one that's kind of like,
it's a last ditch effort.
Yeah, like, this is my follow-up arrow. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I don't really want to use, but I will, you know? Because fucking broadheads are expensive, dude, you know? So, like, I got 3 good ones in there right now, and one that I shot a deer with that actually looked really good when I was done. Like, none of the blades are bent or anything like that. So I didn't replace the blades because I'm out of replacement blades. So threw a band on it. I was like, that'll be a follow-up arrow. It's still good. Mm-hmm. And when I first started hunting, I would reuse broadheads all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I haven't had to track a deer in a long time. But, you know.
Dude, when I first, like, started getting back into bow hunting with you, 6 years ago, I bought fucking Chinese Rage broadheads.
Hell yeah, I remember.
And shot a couple deer with them.
Yeah. And they worked too.
Yeah, they worked great.
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
make a good shot. That's what it comes down to.
It's just what we did.
Yeah. But I want to make my percentage. So, like, if those cheap-ass Chinese broadheads, you've got a 95% chance of that thing doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
I will pay the extra money to make it a 99% chance. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just that couple percent is, to me, it's worth it to spend the extra money. You know, when I was younger and broker, I might skimp on some of these things, but now I don't. It's just not worth the pain that will ensue if you make a shot on an animal that should have died and something happens with your broadhead, you know.
Yeah.
But I get it. So, like, you know, everybody's in a different place. So it is what it is. Do whatever works for you.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm sitting there and, man, I'm seeing nothing. And I'm like, I'm getting bored. I'm like, I'm ready to shoot this fucking squirrel. I've been sitting in the stand all day. Mm-hmm. Like, we sat all morning, went out, ate lunch, came right back to a new stand. You know what I mean? I've been in here all day, and I've seen one fucking deer. And I'm like, this fucking spot sucks. There's no rut. It's not real. And, you know, just contemplating suicide. And
mm-hmm.
I'm texting you guys. I send you guys that group chat. It was 4:50.
Yep.
And I look over to my left, and the movement catches my eye, and there is just this massive deer. I mean, the body on this thing, he looked like a fucking Mack truck. I mean, just a massive deer. Biggest deer on the hoof I've ever seen. And he had a nice rack. I could tell his antlers were thick, man. And I was like, oh, shit. But he was moving away. He was about 50 yards away from me. And that was a guess. And he's moving away. He's slightly quartered away, walking the other direction. So I grab my bow, and I know my pin is on 20 and 38. I have a 2-pin slider, spot hog. And I know this deer is well over that. And I know I don't have time to range him or move my sight. So I made the quick, I called an audible. I put my second pin, my yellow pin, red pin, on his spine, and I let it eat.
Fucking Peyton Manning, Hail
Mary. Yes. It was like, I know now is it, because he's gone. If I don't shoot him right now, I don't have time to move my sight. I don't have time to range him. I've got to trust. And you know, it's funny because I mentioned on a podcast earlier this year how I've been practicing doing this, is not moving my slider and shooting at yardages that I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I guess you don't remember that.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I've been practicing that. And for this exact reason, because there's times where, like, yeah, and like you could say, okay, that was probably not smart, that was borderline unethical, whatever. Well, fuck you, okay? Because I've practiced it and it fucking worked, and I hit him a little far back, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, we were talking about killing a squirrel, and then like a minute later, you were like, I just got shot a buck.
Yeah, my last text was 4:50. My next text was 4:52. I just got shot a buck.
I was like, we were just talking about squirrels, and now all of a sudden you shot a buck?
Yeah, it was that quick.
At first, I was like, you're bullshitting. That was the first thing that went through my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, probably not, but okay.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. And luckily, he was quartered away. So, being that he was quarters away and I was a little left because he was walking to the right, that quartered away shot, you kind of want to hit him a little far back.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm like, all right, fuck. I think I'm just going to give him some time. So I texted you guys talking about it. I waited for a little bit, and I texted back. I'm like, I can't. The suspense is killing me. I got to climb down. Mm-hmm. So I climb down, and I walk over to the arrow, and the blood looks great. Arrow looks great. I found big patch of blood. There's a bunch of bubbles in it. I'm like, oh, this fucking deer's dead.
Oh, yeah. From the picture on Snapchat, I was like, that's a dead deer.
Yeah. And so I wait for Ryan to get there. As I'm waiting for Ryan to get there, I'm standing at my arrow just looking at it. Like, and I went from like, eesh, I don't know, to, oh yeah, he's dead. Mm-hmm. You know, my confidence has risen. Now I'm like, okay, Ryan's going to get here. We're going to go find this buck. And all of a sudden I hear, bit. And I look over, and there's a fucking spike chasing a doe through this little thicket, grunting at her. She gets 20 yards from me.
Should have iced her.
Looks at me and takes off. The buck stopped. He's still in the thicket. I could see him, but he was back there. He's looking around, looks at me, and takes off. I was like, hell yeah, okay. Well, that's on, baby.
It's starting to pick up right there at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So Ryan gets there. We start tracking. There's blood everywhere. I mean, it was a crime scene. Sever did its job. It was probably a good 80 yards he ran, and I found him piled up. And I walked up on him, and my first thought was, he's not quite as big as I thought he was, but he is a buck. He's a nice buck. He's an old deer, and I'd have shot him at 20 yards, so I'm pumped with him. He's a beautiful old deer on public land, which is just awesome. My oldest buck yet, for sure. And he could be really old, I don't know. I'm looking forward to hear what John Meyer, our taxidermist, says, and we'll take him there and get him euroed.
I'd love to learn how to read teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of guess, like, just from killing deer. Like, you look at a young deer, and it's like, oh, their teeth are pretty long. And you see an older one, they're smaller. But to get, like, pretty exact with it, I mean, I guess you like John, how many deer has that dude taken apart?
Thousands.
Yeah, so he'll be able to tell me. He told me my last buck was 3.5, so he'll be able to tell me how old this one is.
What are you going to do if he says it's 3.5?
I'll punch him in the face.
You're goddamn lying.
Yeah, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked.
Just how big it was.
Yeah, and like Kevin had deer in his cooler that were obviously older deer, at least 3.5, and he was bigger than them, and just grayer, like just he's an old deer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the heaviest deer I've ever fucking dragged in my life.
Well, I mean, I killed that goofy-looking 8-pointer on public land, and he was every bit of 220 pounds, and what would you say he was, 3.5?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The heaviest animal.
Yeah, but he, like, dude, I'm telling you, this guy, like, you see how he's, like, brown?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker was, like, white.
Yeah, his muzzle's white.
Muzzle's white. Yeah, he's old.
Hopefully he is.
He just looks old, you know what I mean? Yeah, I hope he is, because that's cooler. You know, it's like, okay, I got an old guy off. He probably wouldn't have made it much longer. I gave him a good death. He died fast.
Yeah.
He didn't make it far.
So did you hit guts on the entrance?
On the entrance, I did.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, I hit lungs and some heart on the way out.
No shit.
Yep.
So perfect shot.
Yep. Can't beat it.
Beautiful.
Yep. I had a nice slice right through his heart. Beautiful. Heart on that motherfucker was that big. I mean, so big. And it's crazy because we ate that sick deer heart, and that little thing was like smaller than my fist, you know? His heart was much bigger than my fist. Big old heart.
I finally tried sick deer.
How was it?
I thought it tasted the same as whitetail, but Jesus, was it tender.
Yeah.
You just cut it with a fork.
Uh-huh.
It's incredible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a steak?
Backstrap.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. The steaks are where you're going to notice the most difference.
Okay, yeah, because I fucking hate a whitetail steak.
Eat the fat. You
Eat
like
the
fat
fat.
in a steak?
No.
Just try it.
Okay.
Dude, it's so good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's delicious. Like, I was my stepson. I was telling him, I think the night before last, I was like, just try it. It's good. Because no kid likes to eat fat on a steak. You know?
Dude, from the time I can remember till now, I'm trimming the fat off.
No, you're a
bro.
child. Yeah.
I am a child.
Yeah.
You've seen me eat a
Grow up,
mozzarella
Peter Pan.
cheese stick.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
You shut your head.
You eat a mozzarella cheese stick with 2 hands. I don't know what the one on the back of your head is for, but
Just instinct.
yeah, it just takes over. I smell that cheesiness and it's shaping my hand. So now that motherfucker was way back there.
Yeah, dog.
Luckily, Ryan was there. Because, man, that would have sucked by myself.
Yeah, I was like, let me know. I'll bring the deer cart.
Yeah. But we may do. You know.
Oh, I know.
There's always ways around a long drag. We'll leave it at that.
Of course.
Yeah, we did what we had to do. Got that thing out of there. 'Cause, and that's something that's funny. So, like, I was looking at Bohemia State Park. You have to be out of there an hour after sunset.
Mm-hmm.
If I shoot a 200-inch animal on the other end of the property from the parking lot, you think I'm getting that out of there in an hour?
Do they really expect people not to drive back there?
Yeah. Come on. Like, so either A, I'm going to drive back here and get it out of here, or B, I'm going to be here till midnight.
Yeah.
So, like, which law do you want me to break? Because it's going to be one of them.
I wonder if you called them if they would come help.
They'd probably come drive it out there. Yeah, probably. Because honestly, if you're there, then they've got to be there.
True.
You know what I mean? So if I'm a ranger, I don't want to fucking sit here and wait for you to drive this deer. Nah, dude, we'll go get it. Because there's roads going back there. You know what I mean? Like,
Gravel roads. Because when I was coming out, they were trimming the bushes along the border fence, and right behind him was some guy on a dually truck, and he waved and I waved as I was huffing and puffing on my bike that had flat tires.
How was that?
That sucked.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, well, you got different tire valves than we
Yeah.
do. We have those Presta valves, which they are kind of nice, but they're different. You can't use a regular pump on them. So, yeah. But how do you feel about the bike?
It's great. It's fucking fantastic. I kind of took the long way in. I didn't realize that there was quicker ways to get where I wanted to go. And I wish I would have known that, or I could have got to the spot where I wanted to go that morning and probably would have killed a deer. Because when I got there was a red light right where I wanted to go. So I went down the trail a ways, and there was a flashlight at the end of the trail. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just sit up right in the middle.
Oh, no wonder you wanted to. You didn't want to come back.
Yeah. And where that first guy was, where I wanted to go, just from looking at the map, it was probably 8:30, and I just hear an orchestra of deer blowing. So he either scared them or shot one. That's exactly where I wanted to go. That fucking piece of shit.
Well, what are you going to do? Yep. This week I've had some really eventful hunts. So I got one buck tag filled, and got one more. Here in Maryland, we get 2 buck tags. So that's awesome, because it's like, I'm glad we get 2. I don't think we should get more than 2. I think it should be 2 all season. We get 1 per weapon and a bonus buck. So you get 1 archery tag, and then I have a bonus tag that I can use, and I'll probably use it for archery. Unless I see one on rifle, and then we'll see. But I wish it was 2 flat. Like, that's all you get.
Yeah.
We've talked about this, but got 1 more buck tag, so I'm still hunting hard. Still after it. I've got 7 deer in the freezer. I'd like to get 10 for the year. I know, 7 deer, and it's fucking November 4th.
Your boy's got 3.
You gotta step your game up.
I was talking to Sam. I was like, dude, like 2019, 2020, 2021, and the beginnings of last year when I shot my buck, it was like I could do no wrong in the whitetail woods. But after I shot that fucking Pope and Young deer, it's like I just can't get on them. I can't get right.
It's just bad luck.
Maybe the universe is like, nah, dog. You just fucking, you gotta fucking.
Now you gotta
buck.
work for it for a while. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that does suck. I don't know. I've seen 8 does this morning.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm just trying different stuff.
Yeah.
Because I did try something different this morning.
You are trying new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 2 does sneak up on me, and we scared the piss out of each other.
Hell yeah.
This morning I was sitting on the ground, looking over a scrape, and I hear like a ruckus behind me, and they're coming through grass, so you can't hear anything. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I look behind me, and there are 2 does, 10 yards, and I look at them, they look at me, and it's a good thing I shit at the truck, or I would have shit myself.
Hell yeah.
Because they were on me.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy when they're that close to you.
Yeah, on the ground.
Uh-huh. It's like, because I've seen deer fuck each other up, and if they just come up and start smacking you with hooves, like, yeah, that's not fun.
I would have whipped out the fucking buck knife and just tried to...
Let her have it. Yeah. Give her the old what for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The what for, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
And that was it, huh?
That was it.
Yeah.
Maybe next weekend. We had a weird wind this week.
Yeah.
Weekend.
Yeah. You're not hunting tomorrow?
Sunday. I plan on being really hungover tomorrow morning. So.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
No.
Yeah, I'll probably. I'm planning to hunt tomorrow morning, and then I'm gonna take tomorrow night off. Gotta, just take a break.
Yeah.
I've hunted all day Wednesday, all day Friday, all day today, and then I'll hunt Sunday morning.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I put some corn and a camera over at my dad's house. That the first time I got deer on camera in daylight was yesterday.
Nice.
5 o'clock. So they're getting used to the corn pile over there.
Yeah.
He only has an acre and a half. The neighbors probably won't be happy with a deer bleeding out on their sidewalk.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It'll pressure wash off.
Yeah, fine. I'll give you a backstrap. Shut up.
Yeah. That's the tricky thing about hunting on like small parcels like that.
It's like, what do? Do you spine them on purpose? Or do you just heart punch them?
I think you just gotta heart punch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you should like limit your range.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to set up like 10 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't shoot anything past like 30.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just so I can make sure I know where the hair is going.
Exactly. Like you want to be precise. Yeah.
So did you hear about this? The headline is Great White Shark Kills Dog During Sea Duck Hunt.
What?
Yeah, dog. Canadian news outlets have reported an unconfirmed account of a Chesapeake Bay retriever named Pepper dying after being bitten by a juvenile great white shark on the coast of Medway Head in southern Nova Scotia. So it's an unconfirmed account, but the hunter who remained unidentified relayed that the shark attack in a written statement to Saltwire. He had been out for a few hours when he shot his second duck of the day at roughly 9 a.m. Pepper had retrieved the first duck in calm waters earlier that morning without issue, but once she grabbed the second duck roughly 20 feet from the boat and turned to swim back, a shark, quote-unquote, erupted from below her, lifting her into the air and then pushing her down under the surface, the hunter wrote.
No shit.
Yeah.
That would suck.
A little bit.
God, that poor dog.
Yeah.
Where was this at?
Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay.
Canada.
It's fucking cold water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're up there. I mean, it's not that surprising. It's
Yeah.
a risk you take.
Pepper resurfaced and made it back to the boat. Her wounds were grievous, and she died shortly thereafter. Yikes.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Mm.
Moral of the story, don't go duck hunting.
Yeah. Mm-mm. And sea duck? Like, they don't even taste good.
Yeah, they taste like shit. They're hard to kill.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Fuck that.
Weird Canadian.
Fucking Canadians. They're like commies now.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Can't buy a handgun.
Nope. Not allowed to sell your friend a handgun. That's crazy.
Not allowed.
Yeah, like motherfuckers. Come on. Yeah. So we got some decent weather coming up this week. If you're on the eastern seaboard, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, if you're over here on the East Coast, if you're anywhere around Maryland, next weekend's actually looks really good. This week's going to be kind of warm.
60s, yeah.
Yeah. But then we got a cold front coming in next Friday. It's going to drop down into the 50s. And actually, for once, the weekend will be much better hunting than during the week.
Wow.
I know.
Holy shit. That is a rarity. Do you know where you're going to hunt that Saturday morning?
I do not. I haven't looked at the wind.
Okay. I know where I'm going to hunt if it's a northwest wind.
Nice.
Where I shot my 9-pointer 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great spot.
It's kind of like over like a community scrape.
Mm.
So, northwest wind, he'll be scent checking doe bedding.
Yep.
If a buck comes in, if a doe comes in, I'm going to kill her too.
That's probably where I'll hunt the night before then.
What?
Huh? A northwest wind. There's a lot of good spots there for a northwest wind. So, yeah, I just got to pick my poison, really. Honestly, like, where I hunted the other day and I seen all them does going, I'm kind of like thinking just to go hunt there because it's like I know I just seen does, but bucks are going to be chasing them.
Yeah, you know, Ryan was saying like he's been getting a lot of does like coming around. He's like, I just can't take it anymore. I want to shoot a doe. And I was like, shoot the doe, let her lay.
Yep.
That's buck bait, dog.
Yeah. Yep. He'll smell her.
Oh yeah.
You know, if he comes in downwind of her, he'll smell that doe. And honestly, like it. As long as you're not climbing down and moving around and like tracking a deer, that's gonna get deer out of your area. But just shooting one, like that doesn't fuck the place up a whole lot.
No, and they don't care if the deer's dead. They don't know what death is.
No, they really don't.
Walk right up on it and try to fug it.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting to watch. Like they sometimes they get like weirded out by it, but I've seen a lot of deer like just look at a dead deer like, huh, okay. And just continue eating, you know what I mean? Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Because to them, it's, you know, it's a circle of life.
That's it.
You know? So I think that's if you're low on meat and you're trying to hunt a rut and you want to get a buck, fucking ice it, though. You know what I mean? Especially if it's cool. Like, she can sit for a while, hang out, enjoy your hunt, you know, and go from there.
Yeah.
I think right now, personally, my favorite ways to hunt the rut are sitting outside of doe bedding areas. And it's probably actually not the best way. The best way is probably funnels.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because when you sit outside doe bedding areas, you're going to see deer, which is why I like it the best. Because I just like to watch them. I like to be around deer. It's always fun when they're there. But the problem with that is eventually those does may go downwind you, and then you get busted, and they're blowing, and it's you know, it's a whole thing. But if you hunt a funnel, a lot of times you can play the wind right, and you can make sure your wind is crossing that, and you're never going to get winded. A deer is going to travel down it, and you're fine. And bucks are going to be on their feet cruising. So I think they're probably the best option, in my opinion. But doe bedding areas are a really good place to go because a lot of times you're going to have bucks come and check downwind of doe bedding because they want to find some hot does. Funnels, pinch points, like ridges with like real steep ridges, 3/4 of the way up. Fucking all those places are great spots to catch bucks.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Same old shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it is. I mean, you kind of hunt the rut like you hunt anything else. Just don't expect to pattern a buck right now.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But does are still kind of on that same old deal, I mean, obviously they're getting chased around by bucks, but there's still a lot of does that are going to be on that bed and feed pattern.
And this time of the year, it can really fucking drive a novice hunter absolutely bananas. Getting like a nice buck on camera and trying to hunt that buck, it's like he'd probably never see that deer again.
Yeah.
So.
It's a real good chance.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you just got to be out there, and you're going to catch cruisers.
Oh, yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Yep.
But it's that time of year. I mean, it's catching on fire. You got 2 buck tags to fill. I got 1.
I got a lot of tags to fill.
Yeah. Now, you going to shoot the first doe that walks by?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't wait at all.
No. I had a doe Wednesday night at 63 yards, but it was too dark. But I still thought about it.
Did you? Was she like just still kind of eating, or?
Yeah, she was making her way down to me, but it was getting dark fast. And I was like, man, if it was like 20 minutes earlier.
I know. Sometimes I'll just like will the sun to stay up just a little longer,
Yeah, but I need to get a doe.
Yeah.
Or a few does. But, rifle's coming up. Put a nice corn pile out. The freezer will be full.
Yeah.
Trust me. If I got to go out with a spotlight at 2 a.m., I mean...
What?
Nothing.
I have faith in you. I think you just, exactly what you need to do.
Yeah,
so
I'm just trying different things,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Sometimes we overthink shit.
I think that's exactly what I'm doing.
Like, they're just deer.
They're just deer.
Yeah. No, you don't have to do anything crazy. Just play the wind, bed, food, hunt them at the right time. You'll catch deer. And mainly, spend the time out there.
Yeah. And scrapes this time of the year are funny, too. Like, you can hunt over a scrape that'll never be touched again.
Yeah. Yep. Or a scrape that only gets hit at night. I
mean, I've seen probably hundreds of scrapes in the past 2 hunts.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They are. There's a lot of scrapes right now.
If you got a low-hanging branch, odds are there's a scrape underneath of it.
Yep.
So.
I mean, they're just all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else? We're going to make this a quick one. We just got shit to do.
I got nothing. Get
All
out
right,
there and
brother.
kill you a buck.
Yes, it is that magical time of year, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in next time, because when we come back, we're going to have some more dead stuff to talk about.
You're damn right.
That's what we do, baby.
Peace.
Peace.